Alright, there's two other things that you guys need to at least be introduced to before you do your exercises. It's called the reference area, and we're going to do a little bit with stairs. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw a room that's 20 by 20. So let's go ahead and bring these dimensions here, 20 feet. And I'm using these dimensions, you'll see, so we can easily calculate what it's doing here. 20 foot by 20 foot. That's 400 square feet in a room. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here on your menu, and you're going to see this little button that says Area. Click once on it, load it on our cursor. We're going to come down and just drag a little square here. What I'm going to do now that I have it on here, I'm going to pull it into the wall, and I'm going to pull it down into this corner here. And just for simplicity's sake, we're going to make this a 10 by 10 reference area. And this dimensions, you're going to see that it turns it light green. Oop. So I have a room that's 20 by 20, which is 400 square feet, and I'm marking off a 10 by 10 foot area, which is how many square feet? That's right, it's 100 square feet. So when you're looking at this as an adjuster, you're going to see that we have 300 square feet of carpet and 100 square foot of tile. So what you have to do is you have to come into, click on your reference area, and this is something, if you don't do this, it's not going to work right. So you have to come in here and change the properties, and you can name it if you want, but you're looking for the behavior section where it says whole, and you need to change that to yes. So once you've changed that to yes, basically what that's telling the program is when I lay flooring in here, that's going to be considered a hole inside the space. So let's do this. Let's come up here and look for carpet. And I'm going to go ahead and load it onto my cursor, and I'm going to select the room. So I'm going to right mouse click, and I'm going to then hit escape to unload it from my cursor. Let's look at the bottom. What did it do here? Well, it added carpet to the floor. The quantity for removal is 300 square feet. And remember, we have the overlay factor and the waste, which brings that to 366. But it's taking the 300 square feet for the carpet area. So now we want to do floor tile. That into my reference area. So I'm going to click once, hit escape, and let's go down here and look at what it did. So it's using the 300 square foot area for the carpet, and then for the, I guess I actually put clean floor tile. Same difference. Whether I selected the wrong one, but you're going to understand what's going on here. It's applying that just to the reference area, which is 100 square feet. So that's going to be a handy tool, and you're going to see that in one of your floor plan exercises, to where you have to draw a reference area in one of the rooms. So I just want you guys to understand, and that's, like I said, it's a handy tool when you're sitting there looking at flooring and things of that nature. There's also another tool called a block, a reference block, and these are basically designed to mimic cabinets. Now if we look at this from a 3D view, you're going to see that it's drawn a little box in the corner. And what that's doing is it's able to tell the space, if you're not putting flooring underneath the cabinet, say you're in a kitchen or something, this is a reference block. Now, just like everything else, we didn't add a cabinet. All we did is we added a reference block. And we're going to have to come back in here again, and we're going to select the area, go to Properties, and Behavior, remove square foot from area behind, remove linear feet from behind, and remove square feet from under. And you can select those individually based on your application. So understand that if we're using baseboard, all of a sudden it's not going to put baseboard along this section here. If we put in flooring, look at this, and you can't really look at the replace carpet, but look at the floor removal, the removal of the carpet. You're going to see that it went down from 300 square feet to roughly 270, and what it did is it blocked out that area from underneath that block that we put there. So that's handy when you're working in a kitchen, you're trying to paint a kitchen, and you can place those up on the wall, you can place them on the floor, or really anywhere. So those are two things I just want you to be aware of. We're not going to go into a lot of detail with them, but it is something that is helpful to understand.